Good morning and happy Monday! I'm Monica Wofford and this is your Monday moment in what we might call the Wild West. Sometimes your offices feel like the Wild West. But on that note, what happens when you're the new sheriff in town? Now there are three ways in which that can readily be your reality. One, you get a new promotion. You get the star. You're the new sheriff. That's one way that can happen. But what if you just get a new person? You hire a new person. You inherit a new team member. You're the new sheriff or new boss, at least to them. And then the third way in which this can happen is if you get a new position with a new company and you're the complete leader unknown. You're the new sheriff in town, but no one knows anything about you. If this situation in which you're new to a leadership position, or you've been leading since God was a toddler, but you're in a new environment, is not handled effectively, then your leadership career may as well end up, back in that cemetery. Of course, figuratively speaking. So how do you handle it when you're the new sheriff in town? You certainly wouldn't be needing to change your entire environment, but there are three very specific steps that will help you make the most of this transition and continue a smooth forward path in your leadership future. The first is come up with mutual expectations. Now that might mean that you sit down and ask your new protege, new team member, or the team to which you are new to leading, what are their expectations of you and your leadership and the style in which you might do it? What are their expectations of you is also a great way to gather immediate input and, dare I say, inspire or nudge a little bit more engagement. The second in that same conversation is to share what your expectations are of them as frontline team members. What do you want from them? What do you expect of them? What do you expect them to do, and how well and how often, and at what point do you expect them to do it? Do you expect them to immediately jump to your attention? That may be a misguided expectation, but give it some thought. What are perhaps your top three expectations? There's a whole chapter in Contagious Leadership devoted to the concept of expectations, but that's the first area you want to cover when you've got that new sheriff star and you're new to the town, or dare I say environment. But the second element you want to cover as the new sheriff in town, the new leader to one or many, are their pet peeves, and yours as well. What bugs them? What bugs you? What could they do that would drive you insane? I have a coaching client that I'm working with now who frequently shares with me that this person's team and their behavior drives this person insane. And yet when I talk to several of those team members, they say the same about their leaders' behaviors. So what is it that bugs you? What is it? What is it that feels like you're in a sandstorm and there's just all these things hitting you all at once and it drives you crazy and makes you run for cover? What is it that if you do as a leader will make them hitch up a horse and leave town, or quit but forget to tell you? The third element that's very important for you to cover when you're the new sheriff in town are mutual aspirations. Where do they see themselves in the next 3 months, 6 months, maybe even a year? We live in a world that's changing faster than ever, so be careful with the longevity of your time frames for asking for aspirations. And I encourage you to use the word aspirations instead of goals. Many find the word goals to be a tired concept, or it immediately conjures up the idea of something that's preceded by an acronym, a SMART goal, an ACT goal. There's a number of different kitschy, fun, easy to remember ways to describe goals. This isn't that. You as a leader are sincerely interested in what position to which they aspire. In what point in their career would they like to achieve in the next 3 to 6 month time period? And the same goes for you. What are your aspirations? Is it to reduce attrition on this team by 10%? Reduce costs by 50%? That's a scary aspiration if you tell them that, because they'll immediately start calculating whose job, if eliminated, would immediately pay for that reduction. Just saying. But what are the things to which you aspire in your leadership capacity? How do you want to be known? What's your reputation? What do you want to achieve in this first 3 months of what most would consider, if you're new to the position, onboarding? And what are the metrics or numbers or KPIs you'd like to see the entire team achieve together with you at the leader of their accomplishments, achievements, and contributions? So find out, determine, and then share, when you're the new sheriff in town, your mutual aspirations, your mutual pet peeves, and also your mutual expectations. Those 3 elements will help you step right into your new position, or help the person you've just hired feel more comfortable, or help you bond as a team who is absolutely unstoppable in your performance. Join us next week as we continue our journey in the Wild West, or your office, talking about how do you do this job as leader. Whether new to it or the contrary, you've been at this position since God was a toddler. Next week, we'll look at the longevity of a leader and what that causes you to no longer pay any attention to whatsoever. If you're not a member of the Contagious community, let's fix that. Go to mondaymoment.com, sign up, or visit our YouTube channel and you'll see more videos like this one on helpful leadership guidance. I'm Monica Wofford, and that's your Monday Moment.